My mom convinced my fiancé to cheat on me with my brother. She told her he's the stronger man. You need a real husband. They thought I would just accept it. But this morning, my phone had 19 missed calls. I never thought I'd be sharing something like this, but here we are. I'm using this account because my brother is on Reddit. Here's some background. I'm Steven, 31 years old. I've been with my fiancée, Lynn, 28, for 2 years, and we've been engaged for 6 months. My younger brother, Wesley, 29, lives about 15 minutes away. Our mom, Nancy, 55, has always been intense, but lately, she's been acting really strange around Lynn. It started small. Mom made random comments about Wesley's gym progress or how some women need a man who is more physically present. I work 50 to 60 hours a week to provide for our future, while Wesley works as a personal trainer. That's fine. But Mom acts like he's a Greek god. Last month, I noticed Lynn was acting differently after family dinners. She was quieter and checked her phone more often. I thought it was just wedding planning stress. I was wrong. Yesterday, everything changed. Mom invited Lynn over for wedding planning while I was supposed to be at work. My crew finished early, so I thought I would surprise them. I pulled up to Mom's house and through the open window. I heard everything. Mom was in full-on manipulation mode. She said to Lynn, "I care about you. Steven is just like his father, always working, never home. Wesley could give you the attention you deserve." Lynn's reply made my blood run cold. "I don't know, Nancy. Steven's been distant lately." But Mom interrupted. "He's the stronger man. You need a real husband who will be there, not just someone who provides money. Wesley could give you the exciting life you deserve." I stood there frozen. Then Lynn said something that shocked me. "Wesley has been texting me." Nothing wrong, though. That's when I walked in. The look on their faces. Mom smiled like she was helping me. Lynn turned pale. I didn't yell. I just looked at Mom and said, "So this is what wedding planning looks like." Mom straightened up, acting all righteous. Someone had to say something. "You're never home." "Wesley," I interrupted. "Wesley this, Wesley that. Funny how you never mentioned the 3 failed relationships he's had this year." Lynn tried to explain. "Steven, it's not what you think." "Let me see your phone," I said. Silence. "If nothing's wrong, show me the texts." She held her phone tighter and wouldn't show me. Mom started yelling about how I was being controlling and didn't trust. Lynn, rich coming from the woman who reads Dad's emails to check on him. I walked out, and Lynn followed me outside, crying about how she was confused and that Mom got in her head. She said she'd delete Wesley's number and that it meant nothing. When I got home, I found 6 missed calls from Wesley and a text from him saying, "We need to talk, bro." "Yeah, we sure do." Mom has been blowing up my phone all day, saying I'm throwing away a good woman by being paranoid. Dad called too, trying to keep peace like always. "You know how your mother is, son." "She means well." "Means well?" "She's trying to set my brother up with my fiancé, and Lynn is sleeping in the guest room, saying she needs space to think." Funny how that works. The worst part? I found out from my friend Patrick that Wesley had been showing up at the coffee shop near Lynn's work for weeks, just happening to be there during her lunch break. Real subtle, bro. I'm not playing their games. I'm not going to sit around waiting for more innocent texts or coffee shop coincidences. I just got a missed call from Mom. Probably another lecture about how Wesley always makes time for family. I'm going to sleep on the couch tonight. Tomorrow will be interesting. Edit. Wow, this blew up. Thanks for the support. To answer some questions. Yes, we're in couples counseling. No, I didn't know about the text before yesterday. Wesley is still blowing up my phone. I left him on read. Some of you think this is fake because no mother would do this. Lucky you for having normal parents. Update. I just got a text from Lynn saying she's going to stay at her sister's place until things calm down. That'll help. Mom has already called twice this morning, but I haven't answered. I'll update when I know what to do next. Right now I need a drink and some sleep. Update 1. First, thank you all for the support on my last post. I wish I had better news, but everything happened just like some of you predicted. Sorry this is long, but I need to get this off my chest. Quick recap. I'm 31 years old. My mom, Nancy, 55, has been acting weird around my fiancé. Lynn, 28, saying my brother. Wesley, 29, is more of a man than me. You told me to watch out, and I should have listened sooner. The past 3 weeks have been tough. Lynn started going out more. claiming girls' nights every Thursday and sometimes Saturdays. I didn't think much of it until I noticed she'd come home smelling like that cologne Wesley wears. You know the type, the one every wannabe fitness guy uses. Last Thursday, she said she was meeting her friend Amber for drinks. Something felt off. She was dressed differently and had been texting nonstop all day with a weird smile. I decided to drive by Wesley's apartment on my way to meet Patrick for our usual Thursday gaming session. Call it instinct, but her car was parked there. I sat in my truck for about 20 minutes, feeling my blood pressure rise with each minute. Then I saw them through his window. They were on his couch, her head on his shoulder, watching something on his laptop. My own brother and my fiancé looking cozy. I'm not proud of what happened next, but I'm not sorry either. I walked right up and knocked on his door. The look on their faces when they opened it. Wesley in his compression shirt. Linen clothes I bought her for her birthday. I'll never forget it. How long? That's all I asked. Lynn started crying, but it wasn't the guilty kind. It was the I got caught kind. Wesley tried to step in between us, acting tough. Bro, we need to talk about this like adults. I interrupted him. How long? 2 months, Lynn whispered. It just happened. You're always working late, and Wesley understands me better. I laughed, actually laughed. Understands you better? The guy who still lives in a rented apartment at 29? The one who sells overpriced protein powder to college kids. That's when everything changed. Wesley tried to punch me, always was hot-headed. I caught his arm and pushed him back into his apartment. Really? My fiancé? And then you try to hit me? Real classy, bro. I called our mom right there on speaker. Want to know what she said? She laughed, actually laughed, and said, well, honey, I tried to tell you. Wesley's always been the stronger one. Lynn needs a real man, not someone who's going to bore her to death. The family group chat blew up within hours. Wesley played the victim, claiming I threatened him. I didn't. Lynn posted a vague Instagram story about following your heart with a butterfly emoji. My mom started calling everyone, telling her version where I'm the bad guy who drove Lynn away with my work habits. Dad stayed out of it, typical. My sister texted to say she's disgusted with all of them. The family is split. Half think I should fight for my relationship with my cheating fiancé. The other half actually has sense. Lynn moved out yesterday while I was at work. She took everything I ever gave her, plus some stuff that wasn't hers, and left her ring on the kitchen counter with a note saying, I never meant to hurt you. Classic. The kicker? Mom hosted a family dinner tonight. Guess who showed up together? Yep, Wesley and Lynn holding hands like teenagers. Mom looked so proud. You'd think she planned a royal wedding. I didn't go. Obviously, sat at home thinking about all the signs. I missed the sudden gym sessions, the new clothes, the way she'd turn her phone away when texting. Wesley showing up at family events he usually skipped. Mom's constant comparisons. Here's the thing, though. I'm not sad. I'm not even angry anymore. I'm just done. Done with Wesley's tough guy act. Done with Lynn's victim routine. Done with Mom's manipulation. They think I'm just going to accept this. That I'll show up at Christmas like nothing happened. They have no idea what's coming. TL.dr. Caught my fiancé with my brother. Mom helped them. Now they're acting like a happy couple while making me the bad guy. But I'm not just going to give up. Edit. Thanks for all the awards and messages. For those asking, yes, I've already talked to a lawyer about the things Lynn took, and no. I'm not going to try to fix things like some of you suggested. Some bridges need to be burned. Edit 2. Stop messaging me asking for Wesley's Instagram. I get it. You want to shame him, but I'm handling this my way. Update 2. It's been 3 weeks since my last update. And everything just changed. Remember how Wesley and my mom kept saying I'd come around and accept things? Well, karma is here and I'm on her good side. First off, thanks for all the supportive messages. You helped me stay focused when I wanted to drink away my problems. Special thanks to the person who suggested I look into Wesley's business practices. You were right. So, remember how Wesley was bragging about his personal training business? Turns out he wasn't running it legally. All those protein supplements he sold to his clients? He was getting them from a shady supplier and repackaging them in his garage. I might have sent an anonymous tip about his unlicensed business to the health department. Oops. The best part? He was doing his business through Venmo and Cash App without reporting it. The tax people usually get very interested in that kind of stuff. I didn't do anything illegal. I just shared some of his social media posts where he bragged about cash only. Deals with the right people. My mom didn't take it well when Wesley's certification got suspended. She showed up at my apartment last Tuesday, yelling about how I was ruining the family. I just stood there sipping my coffee while she had a meltdown in the hallway. My neighbor even recorded it. "Thanks, Mrs. Johnson. That video really blew up." She screamed, "You're just jealous because Wesley's a real man." I just laughed and said, "Real men pay their taxes, Mom." The look on her face was priceless. But it gets better. Remember how my mom has always been a top real estate agent? Turns out she's been cutting corners too. Nothing huge. But when someone, definitely not me, started looking into her business, things got interesting. Those great reviews she always bragged about, half of them disappeared after being flagged as suspicious. Lynn is starting to see the cracks in her perfect new guy. Wesley had to cancel their weekend trip because he couldn't afford it anymore. She tried reaching out to me through Patrick last week, saying she misses our talks. Yeah, right. Patrick told her I was too busy with my new promotion to care about her drama. Oh, did I mention I got promoted? Turns out when you put your energy into work instead of drinking, good things happen. The raise is nice, but the timing is even better, just as Wesley is having to move back in with our parents because he can't pay for his apartment anymore. The family is divided now. Half of them aren't talking to me, which is fine because I didn't like those cousins anyway. The other half keeps sending me laughing emojis whenever Wesley or Mom post their vague Facebook statuses about staying strong against haters. Last night, everything came to a head at what was supposed to be a family meeting. Mom and Wesley confronted me at Dad's house. They tried to guilt-trip me about family loyalty while Lynn looked uncomfortable. I pulled out my phone and played the video of Mom telling Lynn that Wesley was more of a man than me. Dad hadn't seen that before. His face turned from red to purple really fast. He asked Mom to leave. First time I've ever seen him stand up to her. Wesley tried to get in my face, saying I'm pathetic for not fighting fair. I just smiled and asked him how his protein shake business was going. He swung at me, missed, and fell into Dad's coffee table. Now he has a broken nose to go along with his broken ego. Lynn started crying, saying this wasn't what she wanted. I just shrugged and said, "You made your bed. Hope it was worth it." Then I walked out while Wesley was still bleeding on Dad's carpet. This morning, my phone exploded with notifications. Wesley's certification board posted their final decision online. He's banned from personal training for at least 2 years. Mom's real estate broker dropped her after more complaints came up, and Lynn, she's telling anyone who listens that she made a mistake. The best revenge? I'm actually happier now. I have my own place, my job is going great, and I'm seeing someone new who appreciates loyalty. Life's funny like that. Dear, my brother and ex-fiancé thought they won by cheating, and Mom supported them. I played the long game and exposed their shady practices legally. And now they're facing consequences while my life is better than ever. Edit. Wow, this blew up. My inbox is full. No, I won't share the TikTok video. I'm trying to keep some privacy. Edit 2. Stop asking for Lynn's social media. That's not cool. Edit 3. Yes, Wesley really did try to hit me. No, I didn't press charges. His broken nose and ruined reputation are enough. Finally, update. Thank you everyone for the support. It's been 2 months since my last update. And wow, things escalated. Grab your popcorn because Karma showed up and she's tough. Wesley's life fell apart and Lynn came crawling back. LOL. No, and my mom's perfect world crumbled. Sometimes revenge is just watching people mess up their own lives. My phone started buzzing at 6 a.m. last Thursday. I ignored the first few calls from Wesley. But by the time I got out of the shower, I had 19 missed calls, a mix of Wesley, Lynn, and my mom. I didn't call back. I just made my coffee and watched everything unfold on Facebook. Remember how I mentioned Wesley's supplement business in my last post? Turns out those protein shakes he was selling weren't legal. Someone, definitely not me, sent an anonymous tip about his unlicensed business to the health department. They did a surprise inspection and found his garage full of expired supplements. He was repackaging his premium protein. The best part? He was selling this junk at his gym. When people found out, his clients started posting about feeling sick. The gym fired him right away. His personal training certification? Gone. Those fancy clients my mom loved bragging about? All gone. But wait, it gets better. Remember that electrical work Wesley did in Mom's office? The one she kept telling me to admire because your brother is so handy. Funny how the building inspector showed up after getting photos of his unlicensed work. My mom's real estate office had to shut down for 2 weeks for emergency repairs. That cost her a lot, and she missed closing 3 sales. I didn't do anything illegal. I just made sure the right people saw the right information at the right time. Lynn started having second thoughts about her choice when Wesley couldn't pay for their apartment anymore. She actually showed up at my place last week, crying about how she made a mistake. I told her I was busy. I was actually getting ready for a date with Zoe, the new receptionist at my gym. Yeah, Wesley's old gym. Maybe it's petty, but it was worth it. The real satisfaction came during Sunday family dinner. Mom always insisted on these gatherings to show off her successful kids. This time I actually went, first time since the split. I brought Zoe. Mom nearly choked when she saw us. Wesley and Lynn were there too, looking miserable. Wesley was wearing his old high school clothes because he can't afford new ones. Lynn kept trying to get my attention, but I was too busy telling everyone about my promotion, supervisor position. Company truck, the whole package. Mom tried to change the subject. But Dad, who finally grew a backbone, kept asking me about work. Then Wesley lost it, screaming about how I ruined his life. Mom jumped in to defend her precious boy. I just sat there eating my potatoes while Wesley had his meltdown. He actually accused me of reporting him to everyone. He couldn't prove anything, of course. I just smiled and asked if he'd tried those new protein shakes at the gym. Heard they were actually good. Lynn tried to be the peacemaker, which was hilarious. Stephen, please, can't we just move past this? Move past what, Lynn? Your decision to choose a stronger man who can't even afford cheap protein powder. Mom's real estate business is struggling. Turns out when you lose your office for 2 weeks and get hit with health code violations, people start looking elsewhere. Those gossip groups she loved. They're having a field day with her handyman. Son and his expired supplement scandal. The cherry on top? Dad finally spoke up and told Mom he's tired of her favoritism. He's been sleeping in the guest room and thinking about taking some time for himself. I didn't have to throw a punch or break any laws, just sat back and let karma do her thing. Wesley's strength didn't save him when his house of cards fell apart. Mom's golden child is now the neighborhood joke, and Lynn, last I heard, she's looking for teaching. Jobs in another district because the parents at her school found out about the scandal. Me? Life's good. Zoe's amazing. She really appreciates a man who works hard instead of just talking about protein shakes. The promotion came with a nice raise, and best of all, I sleep well, knowing I didn't have to do anything, except watch their actions catch up to them. Mom still calls sometimes, usually crying about how I've broken up the family. I just let it go to voicemail. Wesley tried to connect with me on LinkedIn last week. I denied him. Lynn sent a long email about closure. I deleted it without reading. They wanted a stronger man? Well, they got one. Just not the one they expected. Edit. For those asking, yes, all the reports and tips were completely true. They were really selling expired supplements. The electrical work wasn't done correctly. I just made sure people noticed. If you enjoyed this Reddit story and want to hear more, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more thrilling content. Your support means a lot. Thank you for being part of this journey.